Here for Seniors Day, please make your way towards the locker room doors.
Pletcher having a pretty good season for. He was not supposed to be.
No,
he was supposed to take a red shirt this year, and
he's probably not a 41-pounder, but they had an injury and an opening on the lineup, and Pletcher said, "All right, I'm ready to go. I don't care what weight it is. He's probably a 33-pounder at his ideal weight, but said I'll go up there and wrestle for the team as a true freshman. I mean, I don't know about you, but I desperately needed the red shirt here. For these guys that compete as true freshmen, it's really impressive because, there's such a difference between high school wrestling and college wrestling, and being able to step on this stage when you're a year removed from high school is no small task. And
I think the viewers saw it, saw how he did against Iowa. That was a huge win that he had over Topher there, and
yep. In a hostile environment. And he's coming off a win on Friday night over Colton McChrystal of Nebraska. He won 4-1 on Friday night. So Pletcher's, and this is a big match seeding purpose wise when we look at the Big Ten tournament. Pletcher now has a win over McChrystal, win over Carton. I think he's got a win over. No, Gillibon has a win over him. Gillibon beat him. So these guys are kind of going to be ranked in a single tier.
Beat Tommy when they dueled here.
So this would be a very big one for Tommy as far as getting himself the best seed possible at the Big Ten tournament. That'll be a fun way to watch when we in Indiana. There's a lot of guys that are all pretty even there.
So Tommy in with a nice
left-handed high C.
But
the hips of Pletcher.
Yeah, he's trying to feed him those hips, and
Tommy's got to keep his left shoulder in here. Cannot allow Pletcher to sit this corner.
Looks like Tommy's trying to
switch off to that double.
Double. That would be ideal, but Pletcher doing the splits. There, he covers the ankle. I know the coaches are going to look for 2 right there.
There's going to be the takedown. So Pletcher tries a last-minute roll through as a last attempt, but Tommy's able to finish the takedown, get 2-0 lead.
This match is not over for sure.
No, these guys are going to be. This will be a close one, I would assume.
And it's good to see both guys kind of progressively over the last few matches getting better. They're training the right way. They're being coached the right way to peak at the right time of the season.
So Tommy's still riding. They're on the edge of the mat here. 30 seconds to go.
Let's go!
So the stalemate's going to get called. And Coach Ryan, I guess, is wondering why he was not counting for being on the ankle. Just wants to get a clarification there. He felt that you can't drop down to an ankle and sit there. You got 5 seconds to move up off of it. So
Thorn wants to be careful there. In any type of scramble situation, you want to kind of keep your head high, and you'll see right here on this replay that, not on this replay, but Tommy kind of put his head right in the mat and just tried to hold on tight.
So got a little bit of blood. Ohio State was given a warning. Just I think Coach Ryan knew that when we was walking over, he was going to get warned. I don't think he really.
I think it was worth the clarification.
I guess I kind of wonder as well why there was not a count being done. So Pletcher will be still be down when we get back here on this restart. 23 seconds to go and 41 seconds of riding time already for Tommy Thorn.
Tommy looking for some swipes of his own on top there.
Do you think he's been hanging out with Lezak?
If I had a guy like Lezak in the room, I would pick his brain. Like, how do you get that many back points?
Right.
Like I remember, Dustin Slater wrestling, and he had that tilt.
Yep.
Yeah. How many people did he hit that roll through tilt or just that cheap tilt on? Which it looked so simple, but he was so effective at it.
He had a good grip, man. As soon as he got your wrist. 2-0 lead, 1:04 riding time for Tommy Thorn. He's up to his feet now. He's going to be out for one, make it 3-0 lead. Quite the contrast in body styles here. Tommy long and lean. Pletcher a little shorter, real stocky. Good shot by Pletcher. He's going to finish that right away. You know, that's kind of, in this day and age in college wrestling,
To be able to finish a shot so quick.
right, and you have to, just with as good as people are getting with scrambling and rolling around, you've got to finish right away. You cannot stay down there.
No, that was a beautiful cross single and finished it as soon as they hit the mat.
Yeah. Riding time's at 52 seconds right now for Tommy Thorn.
1 minute in the period.
Sometimes as a spectator and coach, you're like, you know, when an athlete hits a takedown that easy, you're like, do it again.
Yeah.
But it's not
Why
always
would you
that
just
simple.
do it again. Just pin him.
It's there all day. Kind of locked in here. Pletcher does a good job breaking the tie. Tommy goes right back in on the head and working for inside tie.
I think Tommy's best when he's using his hands to move a guy a little bit and get some angles, and getting locked in there in that collar tie. I don't think is where he is necessarily most effective.
And it's any time you get a tie, move your feet.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you make contact, move your feet. It just makes everything heavier and helps you get better angles.
And just having a purpose. When you put your hand somewhere, you have a purpose for why you're putting your hand on your head. You know, whether it's a pull or a hard shot, just to get this guy moving. Pletcher's going to take neutral to start this third period, a 4-2 lead for Tommy Thorn. 52 seconds of riding time right now.
So obviously coaches were worried that, not that he would get away, but that it would...
You have to get away in 8 seconds,
Yeah.
otherwise under 8, otherwise it doesn't do you any good to go down.
So Tommy and he's going to get 2 on that. So Pletcher's trying to stay up, and Tommy got the takedown and looking
Get up on top
to
here
get
now.
that riding time here.
This is a win that Tommy needs, to kind of get himself going a little bit here as we head towards, we got one duel left. We'll have Iowa State next weekend, but other than that, you got the Big Ten tournament. You got to build some momentum. Both these guys, Pletcher could really use the win as well, because keep that momentum he has from the big win over McChrystal on Friday night.
I mean, with a victory from Thorn, would you want to be in charge of seeding that Big Ten
that's what I was just thinking. I mean, that really is going to jumble up that everybody's beating everybody else. It's going to end up being you just throw about 5 names in the hat and just draw and be like, all right, that's what we're going to do. And that's not uncommon when you have a conference as tough as the Big Ten is. There's just so many good guys out there that on any given day.
I mean, what do? Do you go back to their elementary accolades?
Yeah. How good were you when you were in 5th grade?
He was a 4-time Tulsa national champ.
That time there was a couple counts there on the ankle.
Yeah, he's not going to...
And Tommy's just not giving this up very easy. I mean, he's working hard here to ride, and Pletcher's keeps coming up.
Counting right, the ref's counting right there, so Thorn is going to get hit with stalling.
But I guess my question
how was that different than
the first time, and where Coach Ryan had a question? I don't understand the difference there between the two.
Well, I think the ref might have answered Coach Ryan's question right there.
Right. Riding time is now secured as it's up at 1:55. So it's really a 7-2 lead for Tommy Thorn right now.
And Tommy doing a good job on top. He's on his toes. You can see him driving, putting as much pressure as possible on Pletcher.
I mean,
And cranking on him right there.
absolutely.
That's
If he could get a turn here, it's not unthinkable. I mean, he can get the major.
about 10 seconds left in the period.
He's really running that half hard. Pletcher's able to fight it off, and time's going to wind down in this 141-pound bout, but Minnesota's going to get another win.
Big win for Tommy Thorn in Minnesota on this one.
Absolutely. So Tommy Thorn wins 7-2. It's going to get 3 team points for Minnesota. Make a dual score 11-9 here as we head into intermission.
It's a great match. You know, great way to start the duel. Great way to go into a break. And, you know, Thorn's going to come away with the win, but still Pletcher, you know, this weekend he beat McChrystal.